Hello, beautiful goddess. Welcome back to the Hello Goddess podcast. I am your host, Mandy de Grace. I am a Reiki practitioner, a life coach, and future naturopath. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Joani. Joanie is a mother of two good and beautiful young kids. She has been in a relationship for 15 years. She is a lifestyle coach where she transforms active women who feel on the edge of the abyss because of the integration of a healthy life balance through her balance method that she created. She also offers corporate conferences, workshops for children, teens, and adults, and hashtag M2 personal development cards for ages 5 and up in 2 editions. Passionate about people, she's recognized by her big heart, her authenticity, her great humility, and her love of helping others. She has a skill for making people open up to her because she's non-judgmental and she respects others the way that they are. She wishes from the bottom of her heart that following this episode, a part of you will light up to finally propel you towards total happiness, regardless of the chaos you will experience. So, without further ado, let's welcome Joanie. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. I made a new friend. Her name is Joanie.
True.
So excited to have you on the podcast, Joanie.
Thanks. Thank you to inviting me. And sorry for my bad English, people. Okay, just give me chance to. I'm a little not virgin, but not used to talk English,
No, you're doing a great job. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's gonna go well.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Fine, and you? And I'm really honored to be invited in your podcast.
Oh,
It's my first in English, so thank you, Mandy. Thank you very much. It's a
thank
pleasure
you
for
so
me to
much
be
for showing up for us.
here.
I'm really excited about our conversation.
Me
So,
too.
me and Joanie, we met through a mutual friend, Isabel Thomas. She was already on the podcast. Definitely check that episode out if you haven't already. And so, yeah, I saw her Instagram. She has her own podcast as well. What's the name of the podcast again?
Ma
Oh, Ma
vérité.
Vérité. Ma
In
Vérité.
English, my truth.
My truth.
Truth, yeah.
It's really interesting. Um, so yeah, and I saw her profile and I was like, my goodness, we have so much in common. I really have to reach out to her and talk to her.
Thanks.
So
Really
Joanie, as you
appreciate
already heard, she's a coach.
it.
And I'll let you take the lead. Maybe usually what I like to do during the beginning of the episode is just explain how you got where you are now. So your past, like just maybe give us an overview of your experience.
Sure, for like, absolutely. So, okay, if I want to go back in my past, I was a child that was aware of the wellness and self-growth. I started doing self-growth around 19 years old, and I didn't know I was doing that. But I was always passionate about to know more. I couldn't read just a book with a story. It was, I needed to learn something to help me grow. Like it was in me around my teenage, like my end of teenage years, or comment tu dis début en anglais? Start
Big,
of my beginnings of my adult life. Okay.
yeah.
So the reason I was aware of wellness when I was young is because my family, like my grandpa, um, was sick really bad. He has a stomach cancer, and
Oh,
I was in my puberty years. I was around 12 years old, and he wasn't supposed to survive. Now the doctor said after your surgery you will only have 6 months, but he died of another cancer like 5 or 6 years after that. So he survived of his stomach cancer. He passed away of um, lung cancer, and
okay.
my mom, comment tu dis ça, tomber malade?
She fell ill.
Why? Okay. Yeah, she had cancer too. And I was 15 years old. So she had a colon cancer when she was only 43, around 43 years old, almost my age I have right now. And she survived, but she passed away when I was 21. So it made me realize the importance of our health, that we need to take care of ourselves, what we eat, do sports. I started doing sports. I was playing volleyball at 12 years old. I was going at the gym with my father. So I was really integrate like in the fitness world young. And I like that because my father was doing fitness, my mother was walking, doing yoga. So, so for me, it's always been part of my life when I start to in my puberty years. That's the way I say it, puberty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so that's about how I was initiate in the
Mm-hmm.
wellness world and taking care of yourself, self-growth. I don't know self-growth, how it starts. Just I was interested to know more about being a better person, to love myself the way I was and everything. Because I realized that you can't change your outside. You are the way you are, unless you have big money and you invest in surgery, So I realized at that time I need to work in me, in
Yeah.
myself, the interior. So, and I wanted to be beautiful externally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I wanted to glow. And I realized that it's not because you're beautiful that you will magnetize everything or anyone you want in your life. It's really the energy that you uh,
Radiate.
yes, thanks, Mandy. So that's why I was motivated to work more on myself. And the first book I read, and I still recommend to my client now, it was my first book at 19 years old. My mom had that book. It's Écoute encore from Lise.
Okay.
Yeah. And I learned at that time, we all have a God in us. We are God. We are
Mm.
all, God
Yes.
in, yeah. So we're all we're powerful. So that's what she at that time I started to learn about myself.
Yeah.
So anyways, so that's how I was initiate in my journey. I can say my self-care journey, my self-development journey, self-growth journey.
Mm-hmm.
After my mom passed away in 2003, I went completely the other side. Like I was partying, alcohol, I was in Montreal at that time. I went 9 years in Montreal. So I was partying a lot, enjoying myself. That's the way I
The way you were coping with everything.
exactly. Thank you. With my
Mm-hmm.
mom's death. And when I came back here, because I'm from Tracadie and Mandy, you are from Caracat,
Ba-
right?
Bathers.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Batters. So when I came back, I live in Moncton. So I told myself when I will come back in New Brunswick, I will never go in Tracadie again. Maybe for my retirement, but not for as an adult or whatever. I think it's too small. I need something bigger. And I met my boyfriend, like completely hasard, comment tu dis ça en anglais?
Out of the blue.
Yeah, out of the blue. It was like a one night stand. Oops. So it was, I had nothing to lose. I was in Shediac for a night. I was on vacation in Tricadie for a week or two, and I was going back in Montreal. So I met him and we continued to talk, and it's gonna be 15 years we were together, like in August.
That's incredible.
I know. And so that's why I came back in New Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 2008. So my father received me, was like, okay, because I lost my job. I used to work in laboratory, by the way, completely another field. And my father told me to, well, come over my home. Like, just don't worry, just pay your grocery and you can live in with me and my girlfriend. Like, just feel free to come. He was really happy to come because I left home at 17 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
he was really happy that at 26 years old, I was coming back. And I found a job there. And when I found a job in Moncton, I came in Moncton. And we moved together, me and my boyfriend, like a year and a half after we met. So, and then my self-growth journey had stopped, like continued to stop, but I was struggling with life. I was struggling with my work. I hated my work. I hated what I do in
In the
laboratory.
laboratory. Okay.
Yeah.
Not
I
for
was
you.
I was frustrated. I was like, anyways. So what was my wake-up call? It's when my daughter was born in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Life has completely switched. I realized that I could be free, like just doing what I want when I want. So I had the vision of another life, like just not go and go to work and etc. So I found that kids, they are so happy with nothing.
Mm.
They're just happy, like they're not stressed about nothing. They just enjoy the moment. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when I said to myself, happiness is in me. It's not
Mm-hmm.
outside me. So how
I
can
feel
I,
that.
yeah. So how can I continue to live a life like a child do?
Mm-hmm.
So that was in 2014. And then in 20, I went to psychologist. I was I'm really
Mm-hmm.
okay to go see a psychologist. I just want to be better. I want to feel better. I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed to tell you that, to tell anyone that. And I was
Mm-hmm.
doing energy healing. I was doing some, I don't know in English how you say that, tram. I don't know how you say
I
that.
don't know if there's a translation, but it's a type of energy healing, right?
Yeah, a type of
Yeah.
Reiki, but it's more vibrational.
Okay.
So it goes in your cells and it moves your cell when it's stuck somewhere. So I was doing that. So I always, I was always in the spiritual, I was always curious about spirituality and energy and everything. So I was doing that. But in 2015, a friend of mine, she showed me the R-Bond opportunity, the MLM opportunity. So I just jumped in the opportunity because I wanted to find another way to live my life, like to gain my life, to work and quit from the corporative environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was working in the provincial field. Sorry about that. And I just jumped in because it was wellness products. So wellness has joined me again. Like I don't know how many years after that, like 15 years. And I was, oh my love, oh my, my God. And I was in laboratory field. And so I was really aware of the ingredients. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what made me motivated, to promote these type of products because it's really clean ingredients and everything.
Yeah,
Clean.
I care about that a lot as well, so I get that. Yeah.
We're another similar.
Oh, exactly.
So, anyways, after that, I was able to quit my job because I did a burnout in a year, half a year. Like in July 2015, I joined Arbonne, and in March 2016, I had a burnout. My boyfriend just had a concussion in end of
Oh, mon
January.
Dieu.
So, and he was really a good dad, always present for his daughter. But now he wasn't there anymore. And I wanted to percer in dans Arbonne. I had
You
big
wanted
goals.
to you wanted to make it in that space. Yeah.
Yeah, in
Mm-hmm.
Arbonne. And I was busy. I was working like 35 hours plus my children, plus doing Arbonne, like probably 10, 15 hours a
Yeah.
week. So I was really, anyways, and my daughter, she just flipped out. She was, she saw that I couldn't
Mm.
handle this, and my boyfriend couldn't handle his concussion, and I didn't understand what was going on with him. So, anyways, I had a burnout, and my doctor told me, Joanie, you have a choice. You have two choices: to continue and be in pills or find another way of living and quit your job. That job is not done for you anymore. And she's
Wow.
a psychologist. How could she know that? So I had 2 weeks off on medical leave.
Yeah.
After that, after that, she wanted me to come to start as soon as possible, because more you wait, because my burnout was just at the start of,
Mm-hmm.
tipping point. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I was just at the start. So she said, if you wait too long, you will be traumatized to go work again. So just work half a day. So
Okay.
I did that. It was okay, half a day, because I was having a verbal abuse at work, by the way.
Oh mon Dieu. Okay.
Wow. That's why I finally crashed. Also, my personal life, it was just anything like, and everything felt down. And after that, at work, they want me to be full time as soon as I could. So I started to go, maybe I don't know, 4 weeks after that, 5 weeks. I don't remember. I went to work until 2:30 in the afternoon. But that was limit, tolerance I could handle. So what I realized is I couldn't work full time anymore. And I never
Mm-hmm.
worked for someone else full time anymore since then. And so I asked if I could work half time, but they refused. So I said, okay, bye bye, I'm leaving. So I went full in with Arbonne. And through my journey with Arbonne, I realized that, anyways, just a parenthèse, no?
Parenthesis.
Yeah, I just realized I was doing better. Like when I left that environment, like I was a completely new girl. So the burnout was really related because of
To
work.
that work.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
yeah,
weren't meant to do that work. It was just not aligned. That's how
exactly.
I see it. Yeah.
I think burnout, Mila, my vision of a burnout, it's your soul crying, screaming that you're not on the good path. So I need to shut down your
100%.
body
Because it
to
takes so much energy to stay in a path that you're not supposed to be in. And then
exactly.
you're drained. Whereas when you're in your passion, the energy just comes naturally. You're like really passionate about it, right? So that's how,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
And you're tired and you still continue. It's fuel by your fuel. I don't know where you take the fuel, but you're just in fire.
Caffeine.
Yeah, neither. I try to stop caffeine actually. Sometimes I need, but I really I try to
Me too. I only drink decaf now, but I used to drink a lot of caffeine.
good. But here
Yeah.
is water, by the way. This is water, and this is me.
Sparkling. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
it's
People on the audio can't see it, but check it on
what
YouTube.
I'm a queen.
Okay. That's right. Your like word that you use in your brand a lot is
Yeah,
queen.
yeah. I love the queen.
All right, we
You
sidetracked a bit. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just try to make it fast to where, but what I'm talking now, it's the important points in my life, like the big one.
Mhm,
And when I stopped, okay, working, so I was doing Arbonne for full time.
mhm,
Then I was pregnant again for my second child. And I was 1 month, wait a minute, after 3 months, I was in my first trimester, and I went in a retreat for 48 hours. It was a really intense retreat, and I realized right there that Arbonne wasn't meant for me. That was not my
mhm.
life mission.
Okay.
So I need money, and I'm pregnant, and no one will hire me, if they know in 6 months I am gonna leave. So anyway, so that was a pain claque dans la face, là. It was a
Slap
hit.
in the face or yeah.
Yeah, a lot. But I needed to continue and to smile under my mustache, like I was like, okay, that's hard to, it's a hard prise de conscious, prise de conscience.
You realize that it was hard for you to realize that.
Yeah, it was, comment tu dis ça en anglais? Une prise
Not
de
sure.
conscience. Okay. A conscious, anyways. So now I saw it. I couldn't not saw it anymore. It was
Mm.
always in me, like haunting me. And then I at 1 month and a half before I was giving birth to my second child, my son, I my father had the news that he had the bone cancer type 4.
Again, another cancer in your family.
Uh-huh.
My goodness.
And when I was 3 months to give birth to my daughter, he had kidney cancer. But
Okay.
that one, he survived. He made it really well, but it was a stress to, having a baby in your belly. And she all felt that, my stress, and even my son.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I gave birth, had a healthy son, but it was hard for me to handle like being an entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
to make money because I didn't have EI. Having a newborn and doing business, like me, I was breastfeeding. I breastfed him until months, and my daughter until 14 months. So I breastfed him, and I had a sick dad. So for me, that was, I think, it was after the year my mom passed away. It was my freaking worst year ever. After 2016 too. Anyways, it was a lot of stuff going on. So at that time, I applied something. To going through that, like
Mm-hmm.
like a queen, to
Mm-hmm.
not give up, to continue no matter what. And so I apply. I had a lifestyle that helped me going through that and not giving,
Mm.
not crash and have a burnout again.
So that's what inspired you, like that moment.
I didn't realize. I only realized after when my dad passed away in 2019, 4 5 months
Mm.
after that, in summertime. My dad passed away in February. I went to that retreat again. And when I came back from that retreat, I had the
An
fire on
epiphany.
my head.
Mm.
No. And I was like, okay, now you should go in coaching field. Like, stop, because in our bond, that what's passionate me the most, it was the book that they recommend us to read, the trainings. It was not the product at all. The product was just a front. It was just it was a
Mm.
way to hide me behind.
Mm-hmm.
And people like Isabel encouraged me to do coaching. She said, my gosh, because I was doing coaching on Facebook, I was doing live, uh, show people how to live a better life. What's put me fire in my life, and energy, passion I was passionate about. So
Mm-hmm.
in the summer, I just canalized, can I say that?
Mm-hmm. Channeled.
Yeah, I channeled. I didn't know that's what I did, but also I engaged in May, a business coach,
Mm-hmm.
and she guided me, how to create a program, and she just told me, and it was about balance.
Mm-hmm.
Find a balance in life.
Lifestyle balance and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, find a
Yeah.
balance and help people, because through all that hats I was wearing at the same time in 2017, 18, that was painful for me. I
Mm-hmm.
So how can I show people how to handle chaos in their life?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she showed me, and she said, just do a skeleton. So squelette en anglais, skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. She said, just do a skeleton. I knew I had 6 modules,
Okay.
and the word I was looking for a bilingual word.
Okay.
So, balance, balance. So it's pretty much the same in
Mm-hmm.
write it down. And she said each letter will be a module.
Oh, that's smart. I like that
Yeah.
idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I remember I went to my grandma, and I was writing down with my computer, and I was creating. It's summer of 2019 was a gift for me, and between that, I was moving my dad's stuff from the house, and anyways, that was
Oh,
a lot of
that's
stuff that
hard.
I needed to do the grief of my dad, my parents, and my kids, my enfants, so my home
Your
from
your
childhood,
childhood, yeah.
childhood,
Yeah.
childhood. So it was a lot of stuff, and through that, I just give birth to a program, to the method, the balance method. And do you know what's the beautiful part in that? I wanted to change balance word because I said, balance is like kind of, it's boring. I don't know. And I thought about mindset because I love talking about mindset, having a better mindset. And then one day or two, I just realized that my two parents were balance in French, horoscope sign.
Oh, okay. That's a sign from the universe.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, geez, okay, no, I need to keep that word for my, you know. So, anyways, so that's where I am today. I want to help
Mm,
people. Like the program for now is for women in French, but if I had eventually English clients, I will make that program also English. But that's why I had balance, the two words. But I do conference and I teach the five of the seven letters to
okay.
people. So how to maintain, to prevent burnout and develop resilience through life, through the
Mm.
chaos of life. So that's where I am, a lifestyle coach.
It's
Where,
so amazing when you look back, like you really just understand in hindsight all of the steps, like you can connect the dots where, you were introduced to wellness, then you went off the path and back on it. And it's like the universe was initiating you into this
ex-
gift that you have. And now all the hardships that you went through, you know how to guide women that are going through the same thing. It's
exactly.
so beautiful. That's what I love about this industry or this community that we created. Yeah,
So,
it's amazing.
well, what I love about this industry is that people go through stuff and they teach others to how to make it easier when they go through that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I
Yeah,
love about it as well. It's
yeah,
not that, it's not that we have all the answers and we're like on another level of consciousness or anything like that. It's just we've been through something, we
mhm.
learned something, and we want to share it.
Exactly.
That's what I see.
Point
Um,
final. Yeah,
yeah.
because I always wanted, like when I was working in my job that I had verbal abuse. No, and I had another job like that too. That the year of my mom passed away. By the way, that was really bad.
Oh,
I was
like
intimidated.
bullied.
Well, yeah, from the
Mm,
big boss of the company. Like was
that's
anyways.
terrible.
Yeah, the same year. So me, c'est tout ou pas en tout. Là. It's all or nothing. Là. It's all in the same year. All shit happens. And where I wanted to go with that, darn, I didn't know where I want to go to.
It's
Oops.
okay. It happens. But
Yeah.
I do have a question for
Yeah.
you. I'm going to put all the links if people want to connect with you.
Cool.
I know you said that your program's in French, but maybe in the future I'll be in English or any services
Yeah.
in English. So just like connect with her. And I have a lot of people watching that are bilingual as well. So, but if you could, what is your ideal future? Do you have a vision for yourself? Do you have something that you still want to accomplish after everything that you already created?
That's a good question. Me, I think what I want to accomplish is not for me, it's for others. Like I would love like to raise, rise me. I mean, rise up women, and to be and help like 100,000 women, a million women. To just be themselves and accept who they are and love themselves the way they are with their complexity, with their belly or their like all that helps them love the way they are, and to help them also to live in their it's easier to say in French, oh, sorry, to be in their powerful, like they live always in they're always comment je dirais ça, Mandy?
How do you say it in
Leur
French? Maybe
puissance, c'est qu'ils sont
in
toujours dans
the
la...
in their empowerment.
Oui, oui, c'est ça, in their empowerment. Sorry about that, the
That's
people.
okay. It's okay.
And and to stop giving their leur pouvoir.
Giving their power away.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Yeah,
To
that's
stop.
beautiful. I don't know why that made me tear up a bit. That's so beautiful. And you're already doing this, like you're doing it with your program.
Yeah.
Are you doing also like one-on-one services as well? Okay.
Yeah, the program it's combined with coaching, one-on-one coaching, personalized coaching. Yeah.
Okay, and you also have the personal development cards that are
Yes.
so beautiful. They're French, but they're
Yeah.
beautiful even if you don't understand. Maybe you can learn French through the cards. They're called Aime-toi, which means
Oui.
love yourself. And oh my goodness, we have so much in common. Like for me, self-love is so important.
It start
Yeah,
there.
yes. So before we go, is there anything else that you want to share that you're doing right now? Any other projects?
I no, it's just I just want to let know people that the way you are, it's perfect. You are enough. Like
Oh,
stop going outside yourself to and do stuff to please others. Like people that because I've been there and it's still a tendency. Can I say that? A tendency
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to, I still try to find my way and to show people how
Hmm.
just the way you are, the way I am, because I'm different. I felt like the black sheep all my life.
Me too.
Yeah, that's why we're here today, Mandy.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that you are enough. Like I think that's the
Mm,
yeah, you are enough.
you are enough.
In French, probably I will more will elaborate more, but it's I'm subbing here.
So I have two questions that I always ask at
Mhm.
the end of every episode. The first one is if you could go back in time and speak to your younger self, what will you say?
Well, it's about self-love. So that's why I wanted to wait to say this. If I would talk to me when I was like 10 years old, because when I see myself as my interior child, it's 10 years old, and I will tell her that the way I am, it's okay. And the most important thing is to love myself the way I am and just let be you. Let be what, like if you need to cry, cry. If you need to laugh, laugh. Because I stopped being a child. Like,
Mm,
je m'y éteins.
you dimmed your own light,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. When I see my kids now, I let them be kids.
Mm,
I was
mm-hmm.
young. I was serious fast, mature.
You matured you had to grow up fast. That's very
Yeah,
common and it's hard. Yeah, because you need to experience that youth, that joy, and it's always
exactly.
within us, the inner child.
And
And
just trust yourself and love yourself the way you are. You are perfect the way you are.
yes, I 100% agree with you.
Hmm.
And my last question is, what is your definition of a goddess?
But the good news here, it's the same as the queen. I love to
Yeah,
say
we talked about this before.
that. Yeah, so we're pretty much in the same path, right, girl?
The goddess and the queens.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So for me, it's really the same. It's to be a goddess for me is just accept, trust the universe. Like what happens is for a reason. I know probably you hear that sentence a lot, but it's really true. What like life always brings you lessons to know better about yourself and to grow and to help people after that and to be responsible and stop blaming others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all about you, and it's not, nothing is a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
It's synchronicities. I don't believe in coincidence anymore. It's always synchronicities. And a goddess is also someone who's in peace with herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's just in peace, and she's a leader. And when you see her, you want to be with her because she has an energy that's that's magnetic, and
Mm.
she accepts others the way they are without judgments, and she spread love everywhere, and she respects others the way they are.
Beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm so happy you were able to take the time to be with me, to have a conversation with me. And I'm sure that the people listening learned something new today. And I hope they connect with you. I will put all of your links in the description. It will be on all platforms. And so, again, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you to you, Mandy. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you very much to help me talk and to spread a message. And I hope that you was listening right now, who is listening, that you learn at least one thing. And if you want to come talk to me after what you learn about what I said, just feel free to come talk to me. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye. Bye, everybody. So this concludes today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. If you want to connect with Joanie, I'll put all of her links in the description box below. So I'll see you goddesses next week. Sending you all of the love, all of the light, and the Reiki energy. Bye.